Welcome to Preserving Dallas History through metal detecting. I am your host, Bob Rigdon. And for those of you that are not familiar with my YouTube channels, I do have another channel titled Ghost Town and Plantation Finds. So please check it out. And when you do check it out, please do subscribe. You will find some very interesting artifacts that I had recovered on this plantation site. In today's video, I would like to share with you some of the very interesting finds that I recovered from what used to be one of Dallas City's earliest dump sites. This particular dump site was actually at the foot of Commerce Street in downtown Dallas when the Trinity River flowed at the foot of Commerce Street. A lot of people don't realize that, but back in the day before they diverted the river itself with a lot of manpower, and like I said, a lot of manpower, the Trinity River actually flowed at the foot of Commerce Street, and it was the spot where the steamers, Dallas and the Harvey, actually docked around 1873. So that gives you the idea about just how the Trinity River was flowing at the foot of Commerce Street. The artifacts I found today were recovered in what used to be the Trinity River that is now nothing but a dry riverbed. And this riverbed, or dried riverbed, actually covers several hundred yards today. And there's still a lot of items, probably thousands of items, just below the surface. Right now, there's a lot of highway construction equipment being staged on what used to be this Trinity River, or what it is today, the Trinity River dry bed, where all this is taking place in downtown Dallas. But like I said, there's no doubt still thousands of items laying just below the surface to be discovered. During my search of this area over the years, I've actually recovered in excess of maybe a couple thousand broken neck bottles alone and pieces of dishes. As far as whole bottles, 300-400 whole bottles were recovered by myself during this period of time. Today, there is like I said, a lot of construction in the area, but once that construction goes away, or the staging area, they're using this particular site to stage heavy earth moving equipment to work on the highway in downtown Dallas on I-35. The exit itself, counting on the street exit, has new ramps, which actually have been built on part of this particular site. The site itself could yield all type of not just glass items, but metal items. As you can see here on the table, this is only a partial amount of the items I recovered at this particular dump site. There were several other dump sites in Dallas, but this one is no doubt in my mind, this site is the oldest. Some of the bottles I recovered were from the 1870s and 1880s. Some of the silverware, the glass plates and saucers, etc., were dated from that time period, 1870s, 1880s, some in the 1890s. But anyway, I'm not going to elaborate too much more on the history of the site, but I am going to give you a close-up of some of the exciting items that I did recover. And please do remember to go to my other YouTube channel, Ghost Town and Plantation Finds, when time permits, and do subscribe. And also, please subscribe to this channel, Preserving History, Dallas History, that is, through metal detecting. I really will appreciate you doing so. And let's get to the nitty gritty. Thank you. This is some of the glass bottle pieces. Like I said, I have a lot of them, and I have given away a ton of them to people interested in just old glass. That's an old snuff bottle, which your younger generation might not know anything about. More soda bottles, medicine bottles. There's an old inkwell. Old jar with the lid still on it. Old Listerine bottles. And one of the coolest things I have is this right here. This is the largest insulator I've ever found. It's another inkwell. And of course your marbles, which always tend to be around. Old silverware, railroad spikes. And another cool item is this baby right here. At first I didn't realize what it was, but it is actually a branding iron right here. That's a branding iron. I haven't done any research on it. That's actually a branding iron, and you can see the length of the handle itself. That's why I know it's a branding iron. You can see the length of it. There's all type of ceramic items. Another inkwell. More insulators. You have no idea what that item is. I believe this is off of an old car. This particular bottle here is one of my favorites because of the size of it. It's a Heinz. And it's still up in the air if it was a Heinz ketchup or Heinz vinegar bottle from the early 1920s. It's a pretty good sized bottle. Some of these broken neck bottles, I only have them displayed because of the history surrounding them from the Dallas Bottling Company and Hughes Brothers Company. Another unique bottle, I like to own a whole one, intact bottles, is Star. And keep in mind that a lot of these items were actually found just on the surface before the heavy equipment came in and started just covering everything and rolling over and breaking everything up. You have pretty cool bottles here. And of course that is just yours truly. Pretty good sized dirt hill. Some of my escapades or outings from the Dallas dump site right there. With these two, I'm holding these two bottles right here that I found just recently. Right here, they are from the artesian, soon to become, or soon, which later became the Dr. Pepper Company, the artesian bottling company. These are from the 1890s. They will land on the surface just recently. You got your same old familiar horseshoes and mule shoes that are always around. And keep in mind, there's a lot of metal items in the ground too, which requires the use of your detectors, which I've found tons of things, like I said, over the years. It's a pretty old These are older Coke bottles. They're old. And these bottles, you see here, for cough and colds and nose, dripping nose, and etc. Medicine bottles. Another case with just a broken bottle, neck bottles in it. And these are some cool hinges. I have a third one I misplaced. I believe they're off of some type of luggage. I might be wrong because of they're too long to be part of furniture hinges. Maybe trunks or suitcases or something. But they're pretty cool. It's another nice item right here from the 1930s or 40s. Is this horse head shaped bottle opener. I believe that's what that is. This military item was found down there from the war years. These are printing press, newspaper printing press items here. This is a cool spoon from the 1920s or 30s. This is sterling silver. I cleaned it up just a little bit. Old ceramic doorknobs. There's some very interesting bottles. And there's one other thing I'd like to share with you before ending this, is a unique way to display some of your bottles, which I'm going to show you in a second here. I found this to be another cool way to just display some of the bottles you'll find yourself wanting to just hold on to. Just an idea. This one rotates. As you can see, it holds quite a few bottles, as well as other artifacts. Like I said, this is just an idea for those of you that have the habit of just throwing. Just an idea. Yeah, I just couldn't resist sharing that little bit of detail with you on how to give you some type of idea of how to just display some of your bottles. I have built a couple of cases for bottles just in my den here with my other items to be stored on. And I hope you did enjoy this short video on the Dallas dump site. And I eventually will be recovering a lot more items, I'm sure, in the coming months. And please don't forget to click that subscribe button. And like they say in the movie business, that is a wrap, and thanks for watching.